Good morning, my dear students. In continuation to the previous problem, now 65th question. He given the resistance. There are 3 ohms resistance in the sides of hexagon to the all sides of hexagon. Okay, hexagon means it will be like this. This is a hexagon, and to all the sides of hexagon, that is A, B, C, D are the vertices of the hexagon, and on all the sides of hexagon there is a 3 ohm resistance. This is 3 ohm resistance, and this is 3 ohm resistance, and this is 3 ohm resistance, and this is 3 ohm resistance. Like this, all the sides of the hexagon there are 3 ohm resistance, and he also given that there are 6 ohm resistance connected diagonally, that is from A to C, A to D, and A to E. He has connected 6 ohm resistance in this case. In this place, he has connected 6 ohms resistance. Now he is asking what is the equivalent resistance of this circuit. What is the equivalent resistance of this circuit? So first you take this ABC, triangle ABC you take. In this 3 ohms and this 3 ohms, these both are in series. These both are in series. The same current will flow through this, and it is parallel with this 6 ohms. Parallel with this 6 ohms. So in triangle ABC, if I consider 3 ohms plus 3 ohms, we have to add up. We have to add 3 ohms plus 3 ohms. So this you will get as 6 ohms, and this 6 ohms, the resultant of this 3 ohms and 3 ohms is in parallel with this 6 ohms. Okay. So 6 ohms is parallel with 6 ohms, right? That is equal to how much? 6 into 6 by 6 plus 6. So you will get 36 by 12, that is nothing but 3. So the resultant is 3 ohms. In the place of the triangle ABC, you can substitute 3 ohms now. So this total resistance will be replaced with 3 ohms. This is total resistance is replaced with 3 ohms. So this is removed, and we are going to place here 3 ohms. Now again this 3 ohms and this 3 ohms are in series. They are in series. They are in series. That is in the triangle ACD. Now you have to take the triangle ACD. In the triangle ACD, A to C, we got the resultant resistance, that is 3 ohms. 3 ohms is in parallel with this 3 ohms. 3 ohms, series with this 3 ohms. 3 ohms is in series with 3 ohms. So 3 ohms series with 3 ohms means we got 6 ohms, right? So this 6 ohms is again parallel with this 6 ohms. So resultant 6 ohms parallel with 6 ohms also, how much we got? 3 ohms. So in the triangle ACD, again you will get 3 ohms only. So this triangle ACD is there. Here in the place of this triangle ACD, you can write 3 ohms here again. In the place of triangle ACD, we can get 3 ohms. Okay, right. So here again 3 ohms and 3 ohms are again in series. They are in series. In the place of this triangle ACD, we got this 3 ohms. So 3 ohms and 3 ohms are again in series. So 3 ohms again series means what we get? 6 ohms we get. This 6 ohms is parallel with the 6 ohms. So in a triangle ADE, you consider, again here also you will get 3 ohms, because 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 is parallel with 6. 6 into 6 by 6 plus 6. Again you will get 3 ohms. Okay. So 3 ohms you will get. So again you can remove this triangle. Again you can remove this triangle. So in the place of this 6 ohms, again you can place, in the place of this triangle ADE, you can place 3 ohms. So you can again replace it with 3 ohms here. So this 3 ohms will be in series. This not this 3 ohm here. This will be just like a triangle like this. This will be like this. Like this. This is 3 ohms. This is 3 ohms. We got resultant. This is 3 ohms. So both this and this are in series. This 3 ohms and this 3 ohms are in series. And they are parallel with this 3 ohms. That is in the triangle AEAFE. Triangle AFE. In triangle AFE, 3 and 3 are series. So 3 and 3 are series means what you will get? If they are in series, you will get 6 ohms. So here you will get 6 ohms. 6 ohms is parallel with this 3 ohms. 6 ohms is parallel with 3 ohms. Okay. So 6 ohms with parallel with 3 ohms means what you will get? 6 into 3 by 6 plus 3. So that is equal to 18 by 9. 9 ones are 9 twos are 2 ohms is our resultant answer. 2 ohms. 2 ohms is the resultant of this circuit. 2 ohms is the resultant of this circuit. So like this we can calculate the resultant of the given circuit. Now 66 question. 66 question. So what he is saying here, 3 resistors are connected in the form of a triangle. 3 resistors of equal resistance, 4 ohms, 4 ohms and 4 ohms. And he is asking now what is the effective resistance, that is equivalent resistance of the circuit. He is asking what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit. Initially we know that these 2 resistors are in series. They are connected in series because same current flows through the resistors, and it is these 2 resistors combinedly parallel with the 4 ohms. So initially we get 4 plus 4 is equal to 8 ohms, and 8 ohms is parallel to 4 ohms. 8 ohms is parallel to 4 ohms. So we get 8 into 4 by 8 plus 4. So that is nothing but 32 by 12. So what we get here? 4 3s are 4 8s are. So 8 by 3 ohms is the equivalent resistance. Like this we can calculate. Okay. Right. Next. 67 question. 67th question is like this. Okay. So 67th question. If there is a resistance, it is parallel with another resistance, and there is a voltage supply, and there is one more resistance over here. Now he is asking what is the potential drop across this resistor. So initially the resistors are like this. This is 3 ohms, this is 6 ohms, this is 4 ohms. Okay. The current flowing through this resistor is 0.8 amps. We don't know the current flowing through this resistor. Let me take it as I2, this one as I1, this one as I3. I3 current is flowing through this resistor. Okay. I3 current is flowing through this resistor. Now current is flowing through this resistor. Now we know that when they are parallel, the potential drop across these resistors will be same. So we get I1 into 3 ohms must be equal to I2 into 6 ohms. So we know I1, substitute 0.8 into 3 is equal to I2 into 6. Cross multiply, I2 is equal to 0.8 into 3 by 6. 3 ones are 3 twos are 2 ones are 2 0.4s are. So I2 is equal to 0.4. So here I2 is equal to 0.4 amps. Now these two currents are moving towards the junction and combining with I3. So I3 must be equal to I1 plus I2. So this is equal to 0.8 plus 0.4. So that is equal to 1.2 amps. I3 is equal to 1.2 amps. You know the current, you can know the resistance, we can easily find the voltage. So V is equal to, here we have to find this V value. So V is equal to IR. From this we can write I3 into 4 ohms. So that is nothing but 1.2 into 4, that is equal to 4.8 volts. 4.8 volts is the potential drop across 4 ohms. Potential drop across 4 ohms is 4.8 ohms. Like this we can calculate. Next we have 68th question. So the resistors are connected in this form. Now resistors are connected in this form. This is point B and this is point A. Now the current is flowing, right? So the current is flowing from A to B, suppose. Current is I. Now it gets divided, here I1 it will be and here I2 it will be. And again here it gets divided, that is I3 it will be and here I4 it will be. Here what is happening? So here the I4 current comes, and here how much current it gets, it should, here it is a junction, so I4 should get combined with the I1. Here I1 will be coming, and we know that overall current should be here, overall current should be here I. So if both the things combine here, let us suppose, so here also one current should come, and let us suppose here how much current it should be at last. Here how much it is dividing, I is divided into I1 and I2. And here while combining also, here it should be I2 and here it should be I1 only, no? Then only again I1 plus I2 you will get I is equal to. So here I2 current must flow, here I1 current must flow. Then only again it is equal to, right? Otherwise you can also derive, nothing wrong in this one. So you can take I1 plus I4 here, and here you take again I3 plus I4. Here I3 plus I4 is equal to I2. Here you take I1 plus I4 is equal to I1 you take. Otherwise you can take the total currents here, I1 plus I4 plus I3 plus I4 must be equal to I1 plus I2, must be equal to I. It should be equal to I. So here if you assume what it will be now, already we know I3 plus I4 is I2. I3 plus I4, I2 only divided into I3 plus I4. Okay, so already we know this one. You substitute here I2, it will be I2 plus I1 plus I4 is equal to I1 plus I2. I2 get cancelled. I1 get cancelled. So I4 is equal to how much you are getting? 0. Okay. So in this case, there will be no I4 flowing through this one. It will be again reflected back. It will be again reflected back. So in this case, I4 is not at all considered. We get 0. Not at all considered. So we leave this I4. Okay. But he is asking to find the equivalent resistance. In that we will use I4. Resistance we will use I4. But this 1 ohm we use, resistance we use. But we are not considering the current flowing through these resistors. Right? So this is 1 ohm. This is 1 ohm. And this is 1 ohm. All resistors are 1 ohm resistors. So you name here, this is a C point, A, B, C, D, E. Okay. If you see CD and ED, both are series. CD and DE are in series because same current flows through this one. I4 current will flow through this one. CD and DE. So they are in series. So we get 1 ohm plus 1 ohm. That is equal to 2 ohms. We get 2 ohms. And if you see AD, DB also in series only because I1 current is flowing through them. AD and DB are in series. They are in series. They are also in series. So they are in series means how much ohm current flows through them, because 1 ohm plus 1 ohm, that is equal to 2 ohm. Same current is flowing through this CD. CD is parallel with CE. CD, this term, these two resistors are parallel with this resistor. Okay. So what we can write now? 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1. This is in the triangle CDE. In the triangle CDE we are talking about. So 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1. So what you will get here? 2 by 3 ohms is the equivalent resistance. Now this 2 by 3 is in series with 1 ohm and 1 ohm. Here this total you take this one, this triangle. This is in series with this 1 ohm and this 1 ohm. Okay. Right. So in A, C, E, B we are taking. A, C, E, B, this path, along this path, this is total series with A, C and E, B. So what we get here now? 2 by 3 plus 1 plus 1. So what we will get, the total one is 2 by 3 plus 2. 3 2 ja 6, 6 plus 2 8. So 8 by 3 ohms. 8 by 3 ohms. Now this 8 by 3, this total 8 by 3 ohms is in parallel with this 2 ohms AB. Okay. So we get that 8 by 3 ohms is in parallel with 2 ohms. Here to here this is 2 ohms now. A to B is 2 ohms. And this total is 8 by 3. So 8 by 3 is parallel with 2 ohms. So what we get? 8 by 3 into 2 by 8 by 3 plus 2. So what we will get? 16 by 3 divided by 3 2 ja 6 14 by 3. So 3 3 get cancelled. 2 8 ja 2 7 ja. So you will get 8 by 7 ohms is our answer. Like this we can do it. Okay. So like this we have to do step by step. Okay, 69th question. What he is asking means, he given that resistance is equal to 10 ohms and the current flowing through this resistance is 1 ampere. He is asking how many resistors should be connected in series and how many should be connected in parallel. Okay, how many should be connected in series and how many should be connected in parallel, like that. How the resistors should be connected in parallel and series, such that it should give us 5 ohms equivalent resistance. The equivalent resistance should be equal to 5 ohms, and the current flowing through the circuit should be equal to 4 amperes. 4 amperes should flow in this equivalent in the total circuit. The current flow should be equal to 4 amps. 4 amps current should flow in the equivalent current. Okay, the total net current should flow 4 amps, and net equivalent resistance should be 5 ohms. So let us assume that equivalent resistance in series is equal to small r we take. Small r is the equivalent resistance in series, and equivalent resistance in parallel is equal to R by 4 I am taking. Why R by 4 only? Because current should be equal to 4 amps. When current should be equal to 4 amps, it should have 4 paths. 4 different paths it should have. That means parallel lines it should have. Then only I1 plus I2 plus I3, the current is added and you will get 4 amps. Okay, right? So it should have parallel paths. 4 parallel paths it should have. Then only the current will be equal to 4 amps in the equivalent circuit. So that's why I am taking here R by 4. So this is equal to 5 amps here, 5 ohms he has given. So from this we can get R is equal to 20 ohms. On cross multiplication we are getting R is equal to 20 ohms. Okay. So R is equal to 20 ohms means in series how many are connected? Each resistance is 10 ohms. Each resistance is 10 ohms. So how many ohms? N into R is equal to 20. But N into 10 is equal to 20. From this we get N is equal to 20 by 10, that is equal to 2. So N is equal to 2 means here N1 we are taking, right? Resistors connected in series. Number of resistors connected in series is 2. Now we got number of resistors connected in series is 2. Because the total resistance in series is 20 ohms. We already understood that this total resistance in series is R we observed. Then parallel we got R by 4 we got. Why 4 we have taken means 4 amps we should get. So 4 paths we should get. Next. How many parallel lines we are going to take? We are going to take 4 parallel lines and 2 series lines. So the resistors will be connected like this. 2 series means this is number 1, this is number 2. Like this, how many lines we have to take? Total 4 lines we should take. We should take 4 lines we should take like that. So number 2 this is 1, this is 2. Next. This is 1, this is 2. Next. This is 1, this is 2. So overall we got that like this. Okay, like this we are going to connect all the resistors. This is 10 ohms, this is 10 ohms. So this is 10 ohms and this is 10 ohms, and this is 10 ohms, 10 ohms. This is 10 ohms and this is 10 ohms. So overall if you take in series it is total 20 ohms, and in parallel total 20 20 24 by 4. So if you calculate equivalent resistance, what you will get? 5 ohms you will get like this. Okay. Next what he is asking, total how many number of resistors we have? Total N1 plus N2. Each line 2 resistors, like that 4 lines. So 4 into 2. 4 into 2 we have to do, right? Because 4 lines 2 resistors. So 4 into 2. So total how many resistors we require? Total number of resistors required. Total resistors number is equal to 4 into 2, that is equal to 8 resistors we require. Okay, total 8 resistors we require, right? So like this we have to do it. like this. So next we have 70th question. So what he is asking in this question means there are 40 electric bulbs. So there are 40. One second. Right. So there are 40 electric bulbs. 40 electric bulbs are there. So these are connected in series. These are connected in series. 40 electric bulbs are connected in series. Then what happened? What happened? One bulb fused out. One bulb stopped working. One bulb stopped working. So when bulb stopped working, what happened? Remaining bulbs also stopped working, right? So what happened? They removed this one bulb. They removed this bulb, and remaining 39 bulbs they connected in series. What is the position of this one? Do they glow brightly or dim? Then the 40 bulbs. When 40 bulbs connected in series, what is the glowing capacity? And when 39 bulbs are connected in series, what is the glowing capacity? Do they glow more than this or less than this? He is asking. So definitely what happened? They grow brightly. Why do they grow brightly? Than 40 in series. Why? Because resistance decreases. Resistance of 40 bulbs is greater than resistance of 39 bulbs. So when resistance decreases, then what happened to the power? Power consumption increases. Okay. So due to more power consumption, what happened? They will glow very brightly. These 39 bulbs will glow very brightly. Okay. 39 bulbs glow brightly than 40 bulbs in series. Okay. So this is the reason behind that one. Right.